guys, Mr.BeetleBum here, and today's map strategy video is for the World of Tanks map of Live Oaks. This one should be called like Swamp or something, Swamp Part 2 maybe, but it reminds me of like the bayous and all that kind of stuff down in the southern states. Anyways, we're going to do what we normally do here. We're going to start with lights, then we're going to go to TDs, mediums, heavies, and of course arty. So your two spawns are basically right here and somewhere around here. Those are where the spawns are. Let's call this one up here the north, and of course this one here down here the south. First of all, your lights. Key thing here, the number one important area for this map here is right here, this little panhandle, so to say. And this is all a lowered elevation area. There's a hill here, there's a hill here, there's a little house with bushes here that all the TDs, and the houses here with bushes here, all the TDs can sit there. This is the main thing. Sometimes lights will try to get sneaky and go through the middle here. Not really a good idea at the beginning of the game. At the beginning of the game, it's pretty simple to do a little zip down here about right in the middle area, you know, where the houses are, and then zip back if you're not seeing anything, and then just rinse and repeat, do the same thing. Same with here, zip around, come around, come around, come around. If you want to do passive scouting, there is a house here that has a bush on it, and you can zip right up to that bush if you're fast enough, and you can just sit in that bush, and it's right there. And same with this run here. You can actually come over here to this house right at the corner, and there's a bush in there, okay? And you can passive scout there too, and that one works really well. I'm constantly spotting guys at the house here. Actually, you know what? Let's clear this up a bit. From this spot right here, you can see the guys, the TDs in the house. You can see the TDs on the hill. You can see any light that comes along. It's really good. And as for this little house right here, it's not as good simply because you're not as safe. I find that it's easier to be spotted from this one than the other one. It still works good. Just I'm just saying, make sure that you have full concealment. Here, I can see better. Full concealment, full everything. Like, make sure all your crew skills. We've talked about this when you're playing your lights. You got to have maximum crew skills. Everything covered. Your recon, everything for your view range and your concealment. Or else you're not gonna have fun playing your light as a passive scout. Okay, so that's the main priority. Okay, if you have like say 3 different lights, there's always spotting for the railway. Again, never go in town. When you see a light going into town, he's not really helping too much, you know. Like I said, mediums and heavies can spot around the houses and proxy spot and everything. You're not, you know, when there's a clump of houses and buildings, that's not where you can use your view range to the advantage of the team. You're either going there because you're not sure where to go, or I'm not actually, you know what, I'm not going to try to guess why you'd be going down. All I can say is once you get the information, I hope that people will start understanding that, you know, it's not benefiting the team by going down. So where's a good secondary position? Well, you can zoom down here either way. Oh, sorry, hold on. You can zoom down here. What you want to do is just get to the bush right here. There's a couple of them. Just sit in it. Sit low so you just have enough to spot. Not so you're a nice meaty target, okay? Same with this one. There's bushes right here. You can zoom right up and just sit low in the bush, meaning each of those bushes have a hill that go up, and then there's the bush. So just get your tank high enough. Like, just bring it up. You probably got good enough gun depression so you can see down. Just get up enough so that, you know, you can spot. That's it. You don't have to go all the way up right into the bush, okay? That allows you right away to let your team know who's coming down the railway. And that's great information to have. Anytime you can let your team know what the other team's doing, big bonus. You've helped your team out a huge amount, because that will allow good players to change flanks, change strategy, whatever it is that they need to do in order to combat what they're seeing. So now we're going to talk about TDs. I kind of touched on them a bit already. There's a hill right here, and there's a bush on this side and a bush on this side of the house. That's to combat everyone going town and whatever little battle you're going to have over this little what I call it, the panhandle or something. You can also have TDs come up here, maybe in the back here or back here through the bushes to snipe anything that comes up this way. A secondary position for these ones are coming back to right about here. If the southern team pushes and they're pushing and they're winning this flank, your TDs want to come back here. You want to have one scout somewhere spotting for them, so they can double bush up and just snipe them down as they come up the road there. Those are your main positions for tank destroyers along the northern spawn. As for the southern spawn, again, you got one here and one here. You got bushes there and there. You got the hill right here that you can go to. I've even seen some guys sitting on the island right here. I don't really recommend that, but I see it quite often. Let's just take that off, but I'm just throwing it out there. And then the other one, as for here, I wouldn't recommend that you come up to this hill right here. And unfortunately, this one doesn't have the bushes and the topography to have you sit back here. You're really going to be sitting back here or back here and with bushes that you can double bush in or at least have some coverage. Here you can always fall back down the hill if you get spotted, which is a nice thing to be able to do. And then I would recommend move. If you get spotted here, come over to this side the next time and then come back again. That kind of thing. It's just the old adage, just don't sit in one spot. Don't keep coming up the hill and sniping the same spot. Because eventually everyone's going to figure out, oh, there he is again. And everyone's going to have their guns pointed. You're going to pop up and you're just going to get obliterated. So that's why we say, always switch areas that you pop up in. So anyways, yeah, so here and here are your two best ones for TDs. The lights are the same thing as before, the fall back one. You fall back here. As for the TDs for falling back, like I said up here, there really isn't much. I mean, you're going to end up going back into the houses and using the house as your fall back to for the tank destroyers here. Mediums and heavies, as you know, guys, I always say, what we're talking about here is picking a flank. Because the city's on this flank and the railway's on this flank, I'm going to say that the heavies go to the city due to Artie. More cover from Artie, staying Artie safe, and the mediums tend to have more speed. Remember, I'm just going to keep saying this quickly all the time now, because I think if you're watching these videos on a regular basis, you've heard me say it enough. There's always an exception to the rule, meaning there's going to be a slow medium and there's going to be a fast heavy. Sure, mix it up. Fast heavy, more of a sniper, okay, fine. Go down the railway. You got a slow ass medium that's got good armor, fine, go down. But the basic idea is you want your brawlers up here, and you want your more mobile but heavily armored tanks pushing the railway. So they're gonna, as I say, from the south spawn, you're just gonna push right up to here. You're gonna have your light already spotting for you. That light should be falling back, or at least playing it safe down here once you push up. And then it's your strategy, going this way, hell, even going underneath and trying to cross over, whatever it is that you want to do. Whoops. There we go. Whatever it is that you want to do, that's the flank for you. Whereas, of course, your heavies are going to come up here and go boom, boom, boom. Same with them. And these guys on the mediums are going to come down here and do the same thing and, flank here, flank around, or flank across, all that kind of stuff. Pretty simple, really, this map. I don't know, a lot of times you see people going all over the place, but that's just because they don't understand map strategies and they have yet to learn. And that's fine, we're all new at one point and we all learn. So as long as you keep trying to learn more and more, no one can be, don't just ignore if people start trying to troll you and stuff. Just do your best. Arties, yay! Real simple, the usual, right along the back line. Is it ever any different? You can have one there, and you can have them in this little gulch as well. That's more about like a fallback position. Although some people do like going there as well for different angles. And that's really about it, guys. So let's get into the replay and check out the map as it really is. All right. All right, guys, so here we are on the World of Tanks map, Live Oaks, and you got spawn here, you got spawn over here. Here's the town, and over here is the railway, of course, and that's how it's split up. One flank here, middle flank, and the other flank. Now, lights. Lights are normally going to be zooming down in here. From this spawn here, you normally drive around here. There's a bush right here and here you could get into. Even better is you can get into a bush here or here. Now, these ones here, you have to really be able to, beat the other team out there. I honestly would suggest probably just going with the bush that's right here to start with. And as you get more used to it, then move forward and, try to find other spots. That is the main place that you want to go for scouting to start with. Again, no reason for you to go in town. Don't need you there. All the heavies or mediums that are going to be in town are going to have more than enough view range to see everything and proxy spot stuff. As for the other side here, sometimes you get some tanks, some lights that will sit over here in the bushes, like this one here. Don't really recommend it. If you're going to be a secondary position, you can run along here and get into this bush right here to try to spot for all your team that's just, slowly getting down here to the railway. You can come over here and spot and see what's coming over here for them. And then once they actually arrive here, then take off and go somewhere else. As for the other spawn where you're going to want to take your lights, same thing. You can rush up here and go into this bush to spot for a secondary position. And your normal main priority position is going to be along this side. And what I wanted to show you is right in here. If you come in like around this way and then drive up and even come in between the houses right here, there's bushes here that you can use to spot from, and they're really good actually right here and here. It's an easy way. You don't have to just go rushing down here. You can actually go through the house area here and spot away and do just plenty good spotting their hill from here. So just a little tip there. And then as for TDs, you're going to want your main spot here, of course, is right here. On either side, there's bushes, and that's so that you can snipe whatever your scout spots for you, or if anyone decides to come across. Again, a secondary position here would be up in here. You got your scout that's come up here to spot, and then maybe you want to play in the back here, or maybe in the back over in this area here. You want to let your mediums come up here and do the main battle. You got to stay behind. And that's why this side of the railway is not really that good. It's pretty hard to get back far enough so that you can, snipe without getting spotted every single time you shoot. Whereas on the flip side of this, for the other spawn, it's pretty easy because you've got the bush right in here that you can sit on. You can sit in that bush, and basically here's your mediums right here, and then you can see the other ridge line where your enemies are, and you can snipe them, and you're far enough away. So, or you can come over into this little spot right here, which has a nice little hill behind you, so you can just back right down once you get spotted. This side here definitely has the advantage when it comes to, the range of being able to snipe from a distance without getting spotted. It's definitely better coming this way than the other side. The other side, you have to get sneaky. You can try to come around here to snipe down here. It's not that easy, though. I'm just saying it's a little hard. Also, don't forget the inside. If you're over here, for example, in a tank store and you want to go help out, sometimes you could be sneaky and sneak right through here and get right into the heart of the battle. So just letting you know that. Heavies, mediums tend to split up, of course. The mediums are more likely to go railway, and the heavily armored are going to come down here. And, use this little ridge right here that we have. This road is elevated, so, drive on this side so you got the least amount of chance of getting hit. And then, when you go through main roads like this, again, try to go on an angle, cross the road, either heading towards them or away from them. That way your armor is angled when you get into the open there. And this area here is the town. This is where all your heavies are going to be doing the battling. You're going to have TDs here trying to snipe into town. In the same sense, you can have a TD, maybe along here somewhere, right around in here, sniping down into the town as well. Arty, it's really straightforward. Boom, 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 that kind of thing. And when it comes to the Arty on the other side, it's the same thing. Excuse me. Boom, boom, boom. You can also use the position. Here's the ditch we were talking about. That's a good one. Um, Over here, the tank destroyers always tend to start either in this bush or this bush, just like over here, the house. You know, that's basically taking care of anything that your scout spots. And then also if somebody comes through the middle here, that's your best idea for your tank destroyers. Like I already showed you the fallback, the secondary positions here along the railway. And that's really it in a nutshell. We used to, back when this map first came out, there was a lot of times where you would take a tank destroyer and just sit them in the middle here, and you could just pick off all around you. But they've raised the topography now so that if you're down here, not only are you going to get spotted a lot easier by the TDs or lights that are going to be in these two areas, but also you can't really hit as much as you used to be able to. So that's unfortunate because that was a real fun thing. That's about it, guys. It's pretty straight. This map is probably one of the more straightforward ones. There's no real trick places to it, maybe other than the spotting in between the houses, that kind of thing. But it's a very good map as long as you cover the railway. It's about not rushing out to them. Make sure on this map you'll die really fast if you do oh, there's a tank, let's go get it kind of thing. Well, you might want to think if that tank is spotting for a bunch of tanks behind him, and when you rush out to kill him, 5 tanks or 4 tanks are just gonna blow you away. So you gotta be careful on that. That's really about it for this one, guys. Have fun on Live Oaks. Wish you the best, and until next time, Mr. BeetleBum is out.